welcome back to Business Balls and Banter. And today we have an amazing guest, Gary Faulds,
Thank
the
you.
legend.
Anything else Paul told you to say?
Apparently, you're the only funny Gary in Glasgow.
Don't do that, he's my pal, man. I feel bad. He's my pal.
Delete.
Going to delete that. Like the last guest.
Who's your pal? What are you talking about?
I'm the fat Gary and he's the skinny one.
Okay.
Like, and it's not that. Seeing people say that, oh, you do an eyebrow video and up you're happy to see me. Then I'm like, no, I'm the other Gary. And you can pure see the disappointment in their face. And they just like fuck off and leave me. And I'm like, wow, man.
Well, maybe he'll want to come on and tell us his eyebrow story next.
He bet he'd come on, probably get Gary.
Can we just bring up the fact, because we had this conversation off camera. Tell everybody where you went on holiday last year.
Iraq. I went from Poso to Mosul. Because the food's amazing.
Was it amazing?
It was dynamite.
Like spicy though?
It was a wee guy that owns. I go to a place called Shawarma Grill in Paisley Road West. You've been there before? It's amazing, right? And the wee guy that owns it, Halkett, he was saying to me one day, I've been going there for years. He said, see if you like the food here, you should try the food in Iraq. And I'm just ripping me ADHD. I got a big payment for a gig and I booked it that night to go that Thursday.
And was it scary though?
No, it was alright. I think if you can survive Glasgow, you can survive most places, can't you?
But was
I've just got that mad Glasgow mentality. Poso, Springburn. No, but I think it's how you present yourself. See if you go to a country like that and you're happy and you want to be there, I think they feel that, and they did. Everybody was like, why are you on Iraq? And I'm like, I'm here on my holidays. And they just laugh. The history there is, because that's where numbers and letters came from. And then you've got the Ottoman Empire, you've got the Assyrian Empire as well. Like, it's nuts.
And did you go yourself or did you take your family?
I went myself. No, I didn't take it away.
Let's go, guys!
There's the lad shout. No, I took it with Craig Tara. It's the same. But it's like, if you think imagine being able to go to Egypt before Egypt was like westernised.
Yeah.
It's essentially that, because you've got all these Ottoman castles. Like,
Is Iraq not biblical as well, isn't it?
well, Garden of Eden came from, it's near on the Tigris, wasn't it? In Baghdad. But even Baghdad, you've got the Gardens of Babylon. Because Saddam Hussein had rebuilt them again on top of what was already there.
Is that not a song?
That's a
Rivers of Babylon?
Aye. That's not a song, you're right. You're not wrong. 10 points in the quiz.
Was it not roasting?
It was boiling, aye.
Or was it like, that's not for me then? Gingers and boiling.
I'm half ginger, but I was
Are
alright.
you half ginger?
You're not half ginger.
As in your beard?
My beard normally goes ginger.
I think
My
that's quite
granny was
common though.
ginger.
You can't
And
you
covered in
can't claim to be
freckles.
ginger because you've got a ginger beard unless there's ginger anywhere else.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, not like
The
claim it.
gingers. There's your clip. Gingers unite. Do you get gingers day, aye?
Aye. And but like I always think of my kids like who are kind of gingery. And I'm like, you need to own it or else you'll just be a victim your whole life. But I always think, who runs the world? Gingers.
See, the thing is, see in school, I felt like I was a fat one in school, believe it or not, right? But I feel like the fat ones and the ginger ones always were like funny as fuck. We're always like a wee group of like the unslaggables.
Aye, because you just slag yourself first.
Like you says, you've got to own it.
Aye.
Yeah.
If you slag yourself, people can't slag you because it's pointless.
Baby, I'm not being funny, but I literally grew up ginger. I had acne and braces. I was a fucking beaut. I had no choice but to take the piss
But
out
you
myself.
you do that. You slag yourself before anyone gets a chance to slag you.
Yeah, because it means that nothing else, nobody can say anything else. I've said it.
Are you a pure powerhouse now, aye? You gave me powerhouse energy when I came in. You're like, do you like pegging? First time you met me. Half like giving you a hug. I was like, wow, man.
I'm not being funny, but you were like, yeah, do you want me to take you that shawarma place?
Ask me Abdul.
And so you now run your own business as well, is that right?
Faulds Gas, I've ran it, I've shut it down. I hate being self-employed. I fucking
Why?
hate it.
Why do you hate it?
Just cause all the pressure. Like I never, you get it?
Sorry to interrupt you. I feel that. Because it's like even 9 months in, I'm like, yesterday I absolutely detested it. Today I detest it. Tomorrow I love it.
Right. I'm the same. I'm bipolar.
Unbelievable.
I'll wake up some days and I'm like, as soon as I wake up, like, you want a biscuit in the morning, right? I'm just like, I can't be fucked with this. And I think the reason I do it, and I'm not being like fucking cheesy, I love my customers.
Yeah.
Because it's generally like, it's why I do gas, because you chat to people, somebody different every day. Let's sit with you today. Like, and I love that about it. But I hate the whole thing of like planning jobs. But I've got another engineer as well. Like, if he takes a day off, I've got 20 jobs in a day. And I'm just like, I can't be fucked with this.
Yeah. And do you struggle? I would say one of the things that me and Marty talk about a lot, like tradesmen are like quite unreliable. Like, do you struggle with that with like staff perspective, like not turning up and you're having to do their jobs, or they let you down?
Somebody's can be brutal. We tried to do bathrooms a couple of months ago. We done 3, and it was like, you start a bathroom, we would go in, rip it out, get the plumbing not done the first fix, and then the tiler's phoning like, oh mate, fucking my dog's got a bowler, I can't come with it. And then he's put, then you need to phone the plasterer, you need to phone the joiner, And then the next day, he doesn't turn up again.
Aye.
And I just thought, I can't be fucked.
Well, we built our own house, and our like builder, I think his brother must have died about 10 times every month. It was like, sorry, my brother died. I'm like, what, is this a different brother from the last brother that died? Like,
I had a guy that's granny died all the time, and I was genuinely, and I knew where the guy's granny stayed because I grew up with the boy, and I was going to start sending flowers to his granny's house, like for his granddad. Like, sorry, your wife died. Just to see if he'd call him out.
So I'm actually moving into my new house soon, and I need my bathroom done. So see if I sort you out with the pegging thing.
I'll give you somebody's number actually. My pal owns a company.
He's terrified.
Take pegging. I'm looking at you, your husband. Just with chain boxers on.
Sorry, I've sent someone else today.
Put my knee pads on my arsehole is.
I'm actually not a predator, guys. Like,
I'm going to come to your house with my bomb disposal suit on, man. You can't shag us.
Kelly is newly single.
Vicky's dying, man. Vicky's like, oh no.
Oh, God.
She's actually crying.
I know.
If you want your bath, I'll charge an extra grand. Right? That's how much I would charge to
I
the
was
peg.
expecting a discount for no.
Not grand to get pegged.
Do you know how you said you started your business and then you shut it down? So have you started it again?
Aye, so when I'm busy with gigs, I'll just shut it down
Oh, okay.
and then go back again. But I'm just going to keep it going now.
Good.
But
And do you have staff now, I'm guessing?
I got guys kind of like staff, but a subby.
You're right, okay.
He's out
So that's
full
good.
time.
So if you're doing your gigs or whatever, you can.
If he doesn't turn up, he doesn't get paid.
Yeah.
And then I'm doubling my money that day. But when last year we had 4 vans, 3 staff, including myself, and then my ex, she ran the business, and it was just fucking carnage. Like there was the money in the bank was amazing. You're looking at the bank, you've got 20-30 grand coming in, but see the anxiety. I would have paid that money not to have that.
Yeah.
And see now myself, it's just like if I'm having a shite week, I can be like, Dan, you're busy this week, and he loves it because he's getting full whack.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Definitely.
that's a better balance now. Instead of just shutting it down, like I had not a breakdown, but I probably say I was close to it. Just the pressure, man, it's horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
But being myself again is definitely better.
Good.
Because if I don't want a job, I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
I don't need to pay 3 people's wages or 4 people's
It's
wages.
a lot of pressure, isn't it?
It's madness.
Yeah. And your journey then, like, so I've done obviously a bit of research and you started off, was it the E-Tag Academy? Is that where you started?
Aye, so when COVID, I was in the army for 8 years, so when COVID had kicked in, I had no transferable skills that I could go in, because I'd done full-time comedy at that point. So I drove a taxi before that, so I had no skills that I could go and get a job during COVID. And as you know yourself, probably more than anybody, because the big you do, like trades had just exploded. So, like tradesmen were just fucking making an absolute killing during COVID.
Gardeners,
And
they were
aye,
fucking
gardeners,
everywhere.
landscapers, gas engineers, because everybody had that expendable income. So it was like what I decided to do was find a trade. So I applied to E-Tag, and at the time, Tommy's obviously passed away now. I can talk about it. Doesn't get to jail, but I remember Tommy phoning me up, and he's like, "Mate, do you want to start a course now?" And I was like, "Mate, there's nobody can do a course." Because it's when you hit the bubble, and he's like, "We've got a place." And it was just in my gas course
Online,
and
of
like
course.
in some sort of hangar online. But so what happened was I was at a company called JDS for the year. I'd done my E-Tag for a year and then qualified, and it's the best thing I've done.
Good.
Like if I wasn't doing comedy, I'd go and get a job in a gas engineer.
Yeah.
I think shut and half.
And what do you prefer, like doing like the gas side or doing the comedy side?
I'd probably say the gas, man.
Really?
That's bad. Aye. I go
What
through
is it like
phases.
being like a comedian? Like it's literally my worst nightmare. Like I hate public
It's
speaking.
horrible.
I
See,
hate-
before that gig, I'm always like, I do not want to be a comedian. I don't want to do
Like
this
right
anymore.
before?
Right
and
before.
what happens if you get on stage and you can't think of anything funny?
I never do that.
No.
Because
You
I think
just-
my style of comedy is a bit kind of like free flow anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, big man, what do you do? And then the guy's a bin man, and you're just fucking carnage
Yeah,
with that guy. But it's like, before I get, because I've got anxiety as well, I don't know if normal comedians feel this. I speak to people and they're like, I don't get it, I just go on stage and do my gigs, but I'm ripping.
Yeah.
Like, dry mouth, hands are fucking sweaty.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that you can actually go and do that. Like, because it's my biggest thing. It's stopped me so much in life. Like, I've got a massive fear of like public speaking in front of people. In fact, the other day we won an award and I went up on stage. I didn't know they were going to ask me a question. I just thought I'd pick up the word, walk away. And even in that, I was so nervous. Like, I had to take like 3 Imodium, 4 Propanol, like literally, like, and that was just to walk up on
The
stage.
panel's great, innit?
Oh,
It's like
so
gobbling
good,
like
man.
Smarties.
I know. Like,
It'll make my life better.
I'll definitely take way more than what I should when it's
I feel like you should both retract it in case your doctors ever see.
And
Follow
then
the
basically I went up on stage and the woman's like, so like this is amazing, you won this. And I'm like looking off the like where it was like dead, like cloudy, like must have been smoke or whatever, so I couldn't really see many people. But like it's literally my worst fear ever. But I get that like needing to pure shit myself, my hands are all clammy, like everything goes in me. But I think if you actually feel like that but you're still pushing through that to get up, that's pure amazing.
That's how I started comedy, because when I very first came out the army, my dad had passed away quite brutally, and I had like social anxiety.
Yeah.
So I stopped going out the house. So when I was doing hypnotherapy at a place called the Harvest Clinic, the lassie got me to a point where I was going back out the house again. I was going to the shop and back, they looked me test, and she went, you need to try something that really, really scares you. So it was like either like fucking face my fear of heights or public speaking's one of the scariest things you can do.
Yeah.
So I always loved comedy. I followed a guy called Billy Cockwood and Raymond Mearns, and I thought I'm going to go and try an open mic night, and that's what I done, and then it became my job. But you know, the funny thing is, see before the gig when I'm ripping with fear, and I would literally run out the door if I could.
Yeah.
But when I get to the mic, I can feel it drain from my body. See all the fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
really? Just right there.
Is
It's
there
like a pure
any
out-of-body
mechanisms
experience.
that you could recommend that help you in that moment? Because see what you're saying about you could run away.
Nothing helps you in that moment.
No.
Like I've tried. I do box breathing. So if I'm at a job, maybe a customer's a bit of a dick, I'll go to the van and just sit and do a bit of box breathing. But I think in that moment, it's like, see when you're going to fight with somebody and you get that pure adrenaline
Yeah.
and fear and everything, that's what it's like. There's nothing that can control it.
I've actually
You
been in a
just need to face
scenario
it.
where I've been standing there and I've actually, and this sounds so terrible, and it's like, I actually feel bad saying it, but it's the truth of how I feel about it, is I've actually felt like if I could die right now, I would choose death over prison, which is, it sounds insane. Like, and I know anyone else hearing that would be like, that's way too extreme. That's how bad the nerves feel. Like, it's so extreme.
Yep.
But like, I feel like, we actually spoke about this in one other podcast before, like doing wee bits. I think even like doing a podcast or like I was on a panel recently and I was one of the like people would like ask you questions, and see, because I knew I didn't have to read something out and I only had to speak for a really short period of time before it would move on to someone else. I actually done that and it went really well, and I think it's good to just put yourself in scenarios where like you're doing something really outside your comfort zone and then that goes really well and you think, wait a minute, that went well, so maybe I can do that again and kind of build on it.
And it will do that. It's one of the things in it. I believe it or not, like, I go to church, and that's always my last thing is a wee prayer. I'm just like, God, and I'm not a Christian in the sense like my morals probably aren't the Christian.
Do you think it's like a safety thing where you say it, like you say your prayer and that you're like, right, I've dumped that, so I'm going to be fine now?
No, it's I think it's a God thing. See, like
Yeah.
I believe that I've got a relationship with God
Yeah.
in the sense that I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion in the sense that the rules and regulations, you can't be who you want to be. But my big things is like, I'm at church every Sunday, so it's a forever conversation with him. It's not just a moment thing, like you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, God, sort that, and I've got it, but it's kind of like I'm facing this regardless.
Yep.
And it's more like, God, thanks for giving me this moment, this opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
But
and
I was
do
brought up in church my full life, like I'm a born again Christian, like, but actually,
You went to my church actually? C7, did you know?
Yeah, like, so I went to that church for a while as well. My brother was actually one of the like leaders in it, and
What's
like
his name?
Alan McMaster.
I probably know him, aye.
He knows like Jason and that really
Aye,
well.
aye.
And when he actually took a brain injury, like C7 were so supportive of him during it. But the reason I stopped actually going to church was I felt guilty because I would be going out on a Saturday night, I'd be getting wrecked, I'd be walking into church on a Sunday hungover, and I felt like, I know that you're not getting judged and stuff, but I just felt guilty for it. It doesn't take away my relationship with God
Of
or
course,
anything,
aye.
but I just felt like, I just felt guilty as if I was being like hypocritical. Like,
Yeah.
but it does, like, I'd always say I wanted to bring the kids up in the church, and it's so bad because we've got football every Sunday, like, the kids go to the football, but I always thought I would
I
want to
don't
bring
think you
the
need to go to church to have a relationship with God.
Yeah,
I think church
well,
is just like an external thing, innit?
I think what's good is I was brought up in the church, so for me it was like I understood it a lot, but they actually, like, my oldest is a wee bit different because we kind of took her to Sunday school so she was younger, but my youngest, I don't even think she would know anything about it, which is on us really, like, I suppose.
I
But
know. It's definitely not a bad thing, but it's like that. It's kind of like we're going through this, God, like, let's just fucking face
Yeah.
it.
yeah, it's a
Instead
bit
of
like what
being-
Callie was saying last week. She believes in like giving back to the universe and like if asking the universe for stuff. I suppose it's similar. Like if you're like praying to whatever God you believe in, like you're kind of putting it out there.
Have you read The Secret?
Yes.
Have you done the magic?
No.
I've not.
Do the magic. The magic's is like, the magic changed my life 100%. Because I done the magic before I kind of found my faith at C7. But the magic's so good because it's physically practical. So like the magic, have like the magic rock, you hold the rock and then you say, or the big thing, the magic that I like when I'm feeling a bit, because I do that, I don't know about yous, but I go through phases, I just turn pure negative.
Yeah.
And I think it's like dealing with customers, dealing with jobs, having a shite time. But there's a thing in the magic, but it's like you need to write 10 things in a day that you're grateful for 31 days, and you can't write the same thing twice.
Wow.
So you go through a process where you're like, I'm grateful for, and it's mad because you get to like fucking 5 days, you're like, I'm grateful for that table and that bin because it couldn't take the rubbish. And it's good because it takes you in a process where you start finding the wee things to be grateful for that you wouldn't even look at, like your shoes.
Yeah.
And if your shoes are fucking blisters. But that's what I like about that, is that was my first kind of idea into religion or faith. And it's kind of, the secret's kind of based on all different kind of books in it, like the Torah, whatever they've got in it. But that's what I liked about the universe. I'm the same. When you're speaking to the universe, you're essentially praying to something.
Yeah.
A higher power.
Yeah.
I think you need religion to have that.
Yeah.
But get the magic. The magic is frightening. It will change your life because you have to physically do it. The secret, I read that about 4 times. I'm just like, it's too complicated. All it is think positive, get positive, think negative, get negative.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a full book.
I done it last year, right? And I wrote down that, like, maybe about a year and a half ago, when it was just like I was in that spiral as well, where everything was just shit. Like I couldn't see the way out of everything and anything. And I started just writing down the things that I was grateful for. But then it was like what my life was going to be like next. And I'm no joking you, like I only found that book when I moved and I read through it all and I was like, oh my God, like I have literally made this happen without realising that was my intention, that I was setting that to go, right, okay, I'm going self-employed, right, okay, I'm going to meet somebody, right, okay, this is what's going to happen with the kids. And honestly, every bit of it was so true.
And the person you weren't going to meet was Gary.
Aye, wow.
Just to add that in.
So what's that story you messaged Vicky?
We spoke on
Tinder.
On Tinder?
You must have known that before today.
Of course I did.
Oh, but you went, oh, did I? And he came in and went, you ghosted
No,
me.
I never. I know. When you said ghosted, I was like, I don't think it was.
Nah, we spoke on Tinder.
I was on it like
Then
every
she found out
Sunday,
I
like
rented my
being.
house. She's like, not the kind of guy for me.
Can I tell you, I actually have
I rented
another
my
funnier story because I sold a house to somebody. I won't say names or well, I'll say a bit of a little location. It was in Wishaw. And you and I actually had an argument on the phone, and I knew it was you, but you didn't know it was me.
Right?
I was like, what the heck? But you were right in everything that you were doing. It was basically I'd sold the house and the boiler had somebody else had went in and done a dodgy service. But anyway, this new couple that bought this house needing a full new boiler in like day one. You were like, that's not right. And I was like, they need to go back through the solicitors. Like, it's nothing to do with me. And
I
we
hate
had that
that.
argument.
That's a big pet hate in gas.
Yeah.
People that fanny up boilers and then move house. And then the new person spent their life savings and they've got a fucking shitty boiler.
Yes.
Like, the
Oh, I
boilers are
felt it. I
£2.5
felt it
grand.
that day, Gary. Don't worry.
I'm passionate.
Wait, what do you,
Passionate about
5
people.
days you get into it?
Yes.
Aye.
5 days.
We were meant to be moving tomorrow and it looks like it's not going to happen. Don't actually know if you know that because you get
No, I didn't know that. But I emailed the
so,
guy and be like, hi, Dave, what's happening?
So Vicky sold our house for us, but we found out yesterday basically that it doesn't look like it's going to go till next week. So
But is that something the change happened?
it's the solicitors basically. So his solicitors are.
It's brutal, innit? Must be brutal trying to sell houses.
It's one of the biggest issues is solicitors have got a thing where they like to leave things to like a
Last
few
minute.
days before drawdown, and you're like, no, I've picked that up like 3 weeks ago. You've had all the information there. So, but it's an actual big issue in the industry in general. Like we have, obviously, we do a lot of clients that have to use solicitors, and we're really lucky. We've got a really good solicitor that we use, and for all our clients. But when you've got like lender solicitors or the client solicitors that are in our like process, the buyer solicitors that have made a mess, like it's just such a shame. Like we've got 8 people take the day off work tomorrow. Like we've got the van hired, all that sort of stuff, and it's like they don't understand like the. Like,
there's a whole process.
It's a bit like 2 girls in high school falling out with each other and be like, I'm not talking to her now. And like that's what it's like with 2 solicitors trying to deal with a sale.
well, see if they just
for
picked up
me
the phone to
this
start
month.
with, that would help. But
I know
always has to be
the
an
other
email.
side has not responded for
Is
3
there nothing you
weeks.
could do to
like,
stop
pick
that
up
from happening?
I end up going in and I'm like copy them both into an email.
See,
Like, what's the update?
I will see back there. I've had to get 2 solicitors on a Teams call, and I don't even. There's nothing I can do, so I'm sitting working away. The solicitors are on the Teams call, and I'm like, could you not have picked up the phone between you? But the only way I can
And you're
get
paying
them
to
to
them
talk.
for the hours, right?
Well, I'm not paying them, the client is, but it's a shame.
I
Like,
know.
good money they get, so they should be doing
That's
the
my
work.
big thing. I've never came across anybody that's got the boiler sorted.
yeah.
And see, I'm not the kind of person who will be like, see if one of my pals moved to us, I wouldn't go into a house and be like, mate, I'll get you a brand new boiler for nothing. Like, I'll not do that. There's actually, I've got a company that I use called the Eco Broker, and see if somebody's got a standard efficiency and I go into the house, I can get them a brand new boiler for nothing. as long as their own benefits, and it's completely free. So that's a thing that I do, but that doesn't cost the external person or the internal person any money.
Oh,
But the amount of houses I go into, and it's a new build, and you're just like, the fucking floor's not even connected, or
So how are they on
Dangerous.
benefits if they're in a new built house?
people are on benefits. different
you
reasons.
need to, they need to give social housing. Most builders will need to put
It's
in
got a
so
percentage
much.
of the
It's like
property.
Aye, but the
25%.
social housing then doesn't allow you to. Like, why would
No,
you
but
then need a
somebody's
new
on
boiler?
benefits, somebody's maybe, I don't know the reasons behind it, but there's
Oh
definitely
wait a minute,
people
I'll
that
be on
buy-
benefits soon.
Aye, people with disability allowance and maybe
Oh,
maybe
right,
like
okay,
child
anything.
tax credits, even that I think qualifies for it.
But what about like if it was so it's because this is the thing like not everybody knows about, and that is quite a good point because I get so many people they're like need a new boiler and everything else, and I actually had spoke to somebody and it's the old fan heating system, so it's like the old up my way it's called the electric scheme.
Yep.
And it's old fan heating system where there's no radiators, it's just the thing. And she looked into it and she was like, I don't know where to go because there's so many people that I think are just going to scam me to put in.
Yeah.
But
I'll
I'm
give
on
my boy's
benefit.
number. Like,
Aye,
but I do
that'd be
that.
good.
See in a normal service, seeing I get to service a boiler, and I find an old boiler, I'll get them to phone the guy I know.
Aye.
Like I
Yeah.
don't just go like that. Oh, this is my customer. I'm keeping you forever.
Yeah.
I'll get him a brand new boiler for nothing, and I've got him for life.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of times, at least once a week, I go to a job. I do a lot of quotes and a lot of installs. So I'll go to a job and it'll be like, oh, the last guy says the boiler's fucked and we need to get a new boiler. And I'll be like, it's a £15 part. I can go and get it now and it's
Oh, right.
sorted.
See, when I was in lettings, this was the thing that annoyed me, the living daylights out of me, because no matter what you sent somebody out, it was a new boiler. Like you could send somebody out and you'd be like, it's a new boiler. So we ended up like, I think we had maybe like 2 or 3 different engineers because you knew that you had to get 2 or 3 of them out.
I always get a
because,
set. Even if I go to a first quote,
yeah,
I'll say to them, get a second opinion. Because it just lets me know what other people are charging for that
Yeah.
boiler, and I'm always under them.
yeah.
Always. I'm £1,500 now for a boiler.
But that's, do you not think it's because people don't, like I always think like gas and electricity people don't really know about.
Yep.
So they trust other people to tell them like, and like to what the cost is and everything else. So you tell me that I need a new boiler, I'll believe you because I don't know
Yep.
any different. So that's the,
And I think that's my unique selling point, in the sense that I've got the comedy on top of me as well, so that I couldn't come and scam you,
Yeah.
because you could ruin my career in
Aye,
a fucking heart.
Yeah,
reputation.
totally.
yeah.
Completely. Imagine posting Gary Faulds gave my boiler and it was a fuse.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be fucked.
Oh,
And
totally.
reputation is everything. Like,
so that's
I
a big
think
thing.
if-
Obviously, I've made mistakes and I've always
Yeah.
rectified it, but
And see if you make mistakes, so you own up to them. Like,
100%.
you're like,
if I
right,
fuck up, I'm like, oh, one of the boys fuck up, I'm like, right,
yeah.
it's getting sorted gratis.
People, it's
Yeah.
human nature, but it's just about owning it
I know.
and fixing
Yeah.
it.
But I think the trust thing's definitely there for us.
Yeah.
And that's how we grew so quick last year. But then I had 3 other people that weren't as invested, and it's not their business, I
Aye.
don't expect them to be. But there was just
And do you
carnage.
cover? Is it just Glasgow you cover? or
Central
is-
Belt?
Central Belt,
Aye.
right?
I'd
Okay.
fit a boiler anywhere in Scotland,
Yeah,
but I'd need to put money on tap it for
yeah,
travel.
travel.
But I enjoy
What, what about your comedy? Like, if you get any gigs coming up?
it. Gigging on Saturday in Helensburgh, and then I'm doing adult panel.
So right, see how you're doing the Wizard of Oz? Do they sing like the
Everything's in
the Gravity song and like all the songs from like Wicked and stuff?
No, it's Wizard of Oz.
It's
So
not.
it's not
Wicked
it's
then,
not
It's not
Wicked.
Wicked, yeah,
Sorry, I'm like
I don't think.
obsessed with
So
Wicked.
she's
sorry.
not going now.
That's
She's
probably
not
next
going.
month, isn't it? A new one?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
But we're doing it's a good adult night out,
Oh,
because it's
good.
like Panto's, you know it.
Can we get,
They're
like, free
adult
tickets?
stuff.
How did you get into that?
Panto was always my goal when I was away. I always like, see when you go to like pavilion.
Yeah.
I was a pure scheme man, so it was like you got all the free
The
tickets.
best night out.
You got all the free tickets after like, all the charities. So it's always something I've wanted to do. I didn't think it'd never happen because I never thought I'd be a comedian or anything like that. But when I became a comedian and started gigging well, it was always like, that's my goal
Yeah,
to do. I got offered Panto at Cumbernauld Theatre this year,
right.
but I couldn't go to the rehearsal properly, so I'm doing adult Panto this
Oh,
year.
we'll definitely all come. We'll make it
It's-
our business
It
building partner
sounds-
night out.
It sounds a bit, but it's fucking brilliant.
Oh, good.
good.
It's-
I
we
do love
done-
a panto. And
we done it last year.
adult panto so kids can't come.
Kids can't come, fuck
Right, okay.
no. But we done Peter Pan last year, and the first gig was Stirling. And at one point during Peter Pan and Peter fight, and see the swords with dildos. So somebody in Stirling had
goodness.
stole the dildo,
No
and
way.
the security had clocked it. So we're doing the meet and greet, and this guy's like, see that dildo in your bag? Get it out, right? Because obviously we don't just go out buy dildos for every gig. And the lass is like, that's my dildo, right? So the security guy puts on her bag, grabbed the dildo, she grabbed the end of it, and they were having a tug of war. And I'm just started like, this is what I signed up for. This is what I want.
I've actually got a really good story about a dildo as well. So when I used to work at the bank, not with Marty.
Do you know about this, bro? Aye?
When I used to work at the bank, we climbed Ben Nevis for charity, and the bus that we got there, I'd obviously been like a hen party that had been on the bus before us, so they had like this big massive dildo at the back of the bus. So we just like were like, oh my goodness, look at this, and we like took it up Ben Nevis with it, and we put it at the top of like Ben Nevis. There was like a wee monument thing, so we put it there, and then like I'm not talking about 10 years later or something, it was in the news saying that like there'd been this big clean up of like Ben Nevis. It was so bad that there was so much rubbish that was left up there, and it was like how the things that they'd found, and that was one of the things.
Was it really?
And we're like the people that I climbed Ben Nevis with that all worked with me at the back, we were all like tagging each other on Facebook like, oh my goodness, we took that up. There was such things
as
as
my
like
biggest fear in comedy, head nights.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no wonder women are wild.
Never winning.
Yeah.
Never been a
This
winning
is
man,
like a mediocre
version,
like a tame version.
It's their gig.
God,
They own
could
the
you
show.
imagine?
But sometimes I think that can be really off-putting, and even as a guest, like see if I'm watching a show and you get like hundreds of like drunk women, like I'm like sometimes like, guys, like once is okay, but like see when they keep shouting out, it's like so off-putting and it's quite cringe.
And I feel like stag nights are good because as a guy you can hurt egos in a stag night.
Aye,
You're
they
not
love
winning
it.
against women, man. Women will just destroy you.
Yeah. Oh.
I seen a comedian do that and they just fucked him up, and I was like,
yeah. If I would just laugh
and
along.
nobody wanted the gig. I'd just jump in like, oh, you're amazing, have a nice night, like try and be a pal, but fuck that.
The drunk can. That's the scary one.
He was fucking Helen, bottle of wine deep.
No, definitely not. So when is that then? When will that start from?
So December, it's full of December, so it's touring. So we're in Stirling, Kilmarnock, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen, and somewhere else. I can't.
Yeah, amazing.
But I'm looking forward to it, man.
Good.
Are the tickets on sale
I took
just now?
control of it this year. It's on sale now, aye.
Oh, right, okay.
So an agent done it last year, we done it now and more.
Mm-hmm.
And we just felt it was supposed to be bigger than it was,
Yeah.
and it didn't happen. So we've done it ourselves this year.
Good.
So it's been good. We
We'll
self promotion.
definitely go.
But the first SAC night's about to sell it.
Oh,
So
good.
if that sells it, we're gonna have a second show as
Oh,
well.
good.
But-
So remember to wait for the sexo show and get front row.
No,
Yes.
Otherwise, the witch pure scared.
Gary's like, no, we don't want you in front of
Got my ass
us.
to the wall the full way.
I really love to dress up as well, so I feel like if we go, we can like dress up as like the character.
Well, I'm doing a gig in the 31st October in Blackfriars, and that's a Halloween gig.
Oh, is
And
it?
it has to be fancy dress.
Oh, I love a fancy
Emma loves
dress.
a fancy dress. And I don't know, we were talking about this the other day actually, weren't we? Because it was Emma's 37th birthday this year. She's like, I'm going to have a party in the house, invite everyone round that, and then escalated to actually, I'm going to hire a hall. And then Emma's
For
like,
your 37.
actually, I'm going to tell everybody what they've got to dress up as. The theme's wicked. So she told me she was telling everyone what to dress up as. And she gave everybody like all these different things, and I was Bok. I don't know if you've watched Wicked, have you? Right, so Bok's a man, like a pure geeky man. Emma's like, yeah, you should wear this. And I was like, oh man. So anyway, I goes and gets this suit, like to dress like a man, does my hair like pure curly, basically like just ugly as like ugly
cute.
as fuck. Oh, you look cute. And I rocks up to the party and all the girls are like in
Sexy
pure,
witches.
sexy sexy
I was a
scarecrows.
cute
And I was like, what the fuck? Everyone get pictures. Kelly, come on in. I'm like, fuck off. Like,
I thought your costume was good. I didn't want
Thanks.
doublers of the characters,
Hey,
so I
aye.
made sure everyone was
So
like
you
a separate
gave
character.
she didn't. There was
Oh my
definitely
God, that's an
doublers.
effort.
There was definitely doublers, and I was the only person there like that was dressed like an ugly boy.
I was going to say everybody at the gig, see for the gig, I was going to ask everybody to dress up as minions. And I was about to dress up
you
as Gru.
should, aye.
Because I think I'd be fucking hysterical, but I feel to control him and I'm like that. So what do we do?
Also, there'll be people that'll pure rebel against that. I'm a bit like,
And dress
oh,
up as an Gru.
that sounds fun, and then I'm like, he's not telling me what to do.
What's your worst ever Halloween costume?
Postbox.
Yeah, postbox. I didn't wear postbox.
My mum sent me
The
to
trauma.
school. As it dressed as a postbox.
Oh, mine was half man, half woman. I've actually, my friend group chat, see my girls group chat from school, is that photo because they all think it's hilarious
no.
because like I was like, I just said like with yourself, I was like quite overweight when I was younger. So I'm like, it looks horrendous. I've got like a moustache at this side and half a tie and a shirt on and then like pure slaggy on the other side, but not nice slaggy. Like, and it's actual my friend's group chat photo.
Oh,
so.
no.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, was it good?
I don't know what mine is. I'm like, nah, I'm not really a big Halloweeny person. But in every year, like since I've had kids, I dress up as a cat because I just wear a black outfit and put
That's
ears
cool.
on, and my
That's
kids
easier.
are
What's
like,
your worst one?
Vicky Pollard.
Oh.
Cut a year ago.
I feel like
Did you
that's a
shave
good
your head?
effort.
But see, another dressed up as a woman again. But this Irish lassie will talk to me and I was single at the time and she squeezed my belly and she's like, where'd you get your fathood from? Not realising I was actually fat.
Oh
And I was stood there
no.
with a pink trackie, pure mortified, the Savoy. She's walking up to me and I was like, oh my god, she's stunning, man, blonde hair, blue eyes and Irish accent. Where'd you get your fathood from? Squeeze my belly.
Oh no.
And then she just faded away. She just walked backwards into the dance floor.
You should have just pretended it was a fat suit.
I went home, I went to Best Kebab, so I shit myself to death with him, man. But, that was
well,
a
that was before the Manjaro, but now you're
I'm
like,
getting there,
looking
man.
good.
Gonna be a sexy witch this time.
By the time the actual show comes out, you might be like
a size 8,
pure
sexy
size
bitch.
8.
Remember doing it? I was chubby in the army as well, and I remember everybody went out as the free hunter. But the boys were
like
all,
gladiators?
the boys were all pure ripped, and I was still just this wee fat gladiator guy. My wee pot belly hanging in my wee belt.
Oh,
How did you manage all the
photo of that.
exercises and all the kind of training? If
I
you
lost
were...
weight to go into the army,
Oh, right, okay.
and then but once I got to the Reg, I kind of done what I wanted. But
Oh.
the good thing when I came out the army, I put 4.5 stone on the first year I came out. But the thing with the army was you have to do fitness tests all the time.
Yeah.
So see if I failed 1.5 miles, you got fucked into the gym. So
Right.
it was good because
Yeah.
it was like
Kept
I
you
was controlled.
motivated.
Aye. And then when I came out, I just went full rogue.
Yeah.
Aye,
Been
nobody's
fighting
sort
her
of...
since. I was still a bit chubby in the army. I wasn't skinny.
Yeah.
I've
You're
always
doing
been
well
chubby.
anyway, so
I know.
how as much as that you've lost, like
19 pounds it was, but I don't know. Spat I don't know what it'll be now.
that's so good though.
I
well
think I
done.
might have put a bit of weight on this week because I had that Chinese last night.
One Chinese is not making you put weight
I bet it
on.
was Craig Tara Chinese. It'd be like fucking MSG.
God.
fat.
And how
My
did
mouth's pure dry.
Craig Tara is obviously like off peak just now, isn't it? Or was it full of English people?
No, it was all English people there as well.
Oh,
aye,
was
but it was busy, but we were £129 for the 3 years.
What?
For 3 days.
That's amazing.
That's brilliant.
Mhm.
I was looking at flights and it was like, I couldn't take my way, but aye, Craig Tara is what you make it. I took the Waynes on a cruise this year, at the start of the summer, on the MSC, that World Europa.
Oh, amazing.
And it's like one of their best ships, and the Waynes are just fucking bored like nut.
Oh, where are they?
So
Is there
I-
not lots to do?
enjoy
The
a
kids
cruise,
club are all
though.
Italian.
I think
Ah.
cruises can be quite boring. Like, see, because like I like to wander about, and I know you do wee stops where you get off, but you've been stuck in one place, like
I
I didn't
love
even
it.
Marty,
Timescales,
Marty
like-
gets seasick, so we've literally been sick every 2 minutes.
But cruises are good, I think, for couples.
Maybe when you're older.
Aye. I like, and they're modern now, but for the Wayne, so we came back for the cruise, and then a few weeks later, my daughter was dancing at Blackpool, the Worlds, and I took the Waynes to Blackpool, and
Yeah.
I've never seen the Wayne so happy in
Yeah,
my life.
Blackpool's
And I was just
Blackpool.
like,
amazing for kids.
why am I
yeah,
spending 4 and 5 grand in a cruise?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you're happy
totally.
with 2p machines.
Definitely.
I take the kids to like caravan parks every year, like 2 or 3 times, and they love it just as much as like
Yeah.
the summer holiday or like going abroad because they don't like it doesn't matter to them if you're sitting
Yeah.
at a pool.
The
Like,
issue
'cause-
is the weather. That's the only thing. I
I
think you're
know.
just
But
never
Craig Tara's
getting.
most it's indoors anyway, so
Aye,
it's
true.
quite a good park. But they loved it. Again,
Yeah,
they were
good.
nearly great this morning leaving. And I'm just like,
And
do you know
I
what?
made you come home early.
I'm not skinning myself again for a holiday.
Nah.
And they're happy with fucking
No.
Aye.
Blackpool or a
skin
kids club.
yourself for the holidays that you're going on your own and then just
Aye.
take the kids to the
And
caravan
how old
parks.
are your kids then? You've got 4, is that
So
right?
my oldest is just about to turn 21, and then Millie just turned 16. Zachary's 10 and Rizara's 8.
And the oldest one's at Megan.
Megan,
And
aye.
she's joined your company.
She's a gas engineer, but now she sells fuel cards.
Amazing.
Because I think she just didn't enjoy it.
Right.
She liked the
okay.
pressure. It was like when she's out with me, I think she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because when you do it all the time, you're at your
Yeah.
dad having a laugh. But when she went out herself, I think women were the problem with Megan.
Oh, really?
See, like, all women going like that, is there any men coming? Like, go
Oh,
right in
I
and
hate
do the
that,
thing.
yeah.
Aye, it's horrible.
You'd have been a
It's so
security
sad for
blanket
females.
though, thinking that she'd have been able to, like, you'd have been there to sort of
Aye,
make
aye.
sure
Which you
everything was
shouldn't
okay.
need though, and that's the whole
No,
point.
100%.
Like, and actually,
But hopefully she comes back to it because she's a brown engineer.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, see
Aye.
fitting hives in it. See with Megan, I don't know if I'm speaking for lasses in general, but see when you show Megan to do something,
Mhm.
that's how she does it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she does it that way every time. I can do the same job 100 times, and
Mhm.
every time I'll be like, I wonder if I can shortcut this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get a fucking shock or something pure stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But with her, because she's so structured and she's such a good learner,
Mm-hmm.
she would just smash the job. So if I was doing 10 jobs a day, she'd be home 3 or 4 hours before me. Like, she's so
That's
good at
such
her
a
job.
shame
So
that
hopefully
she
she comes
did
back.
that,
My wee
yeah.
boyfriend's coming to do the course now, Nathan. He starts with Energy Technical Academy
Great.
next month, I think it is. And he's going to come out. So hopefully it's something that I can leave them in the future.
Because maybe they could, if they were doing it together, and then maybe it'll build up her confidence a wee bit more. Because it's to do at age as well. It's a shame, but I remember when I was that age, like because I've always been in finance, which is a massively male-dominated industry,
Yeah.
and always feeling so insecure, being like the only woman to however many men in the room, or even going out to a bit. I mean, a guy that I work really close with, we always talk about how we'll go into a meeting if me and him are doing it together. Even though I've got all the brains on the subject we're talking about, they'll give him eye contact, they'll talk to him, they'll shake his hand, and I'm like, hello. And see about times me and him have done meetings together, and they'll say to me like as if I'm the note taker. but I'm the one that's doing all the conversation. I'm
know.
like, you obviously know that I'm the one that's doing this finance. I think as a woman, and when I was younger, I used to hate it even more because I didn't really have the belief in myself. I did doubt myself or not. But now, because like just with age and experience,
I hate that. I hate
like,
that sex defines like your purpose and like it's mad. I don't get it. I would never treat a female differently in that sense of work. Like my pal taught me big ass engineer Jackie, and she's probably the smartest person I know. But I don't look at her and go, she's a female, so she gets my respect.
Yeah.
I look at her and I go, she's a brilliant engineer, she gets some of the respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what your
It's
age.
shite that you have to go through that or did have to go through it.
Definitely.
It's the
Hopefully she
same.
comes back to that.
It is the same for quite a lot of jobs. I felt it as well, but the one thing, and I kept saying this to Freya, I was like, she was like, what do I do if like, football doesn't work for me? I was like, why don't you become a joiner? And she was like, what? And she was like, girls can't be joiners. And I was like, how no? Why not?
The
I was like,
trade
you'd make a
sector would
fortune.
need way more women, because I actually think as well a lot of women would feel like, so I don't want to be stereotypical, but see like my gran, for example, I think she would actually feel like really comfortable with like a woman like
Joiner.
tradesman coming
Especially
in.
when
as
it
well.
comes to quoting and pricing. I would trust a woman more than I trust a guy. See a guy coming in with a pencil behind his ear going like that, oh that's fucking bad, that's bad. Then you know it's no. I hate that, man.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about this industry.
Yeah, but that I would say for Freya, like, and that's, we've talked about this before as well. Within like, so Freya plays with Hamilton Accies at the moment. She's doing so well with her football, and obviously we've got Sheikah, which has got the girls football club and stuff. And we always are trying to talk about what is next, whether it is a guy or a girl, because they focus so much on their football career and being like, oh, I'm going to be a footballer. But if it doesn't work out, or if you get an injury, which is probably more common, especially for girls with their ACL, so that's so common that they could be like, this is what I'm going to do. Then they've got an injury and they're out. What else are they going to do? And having like a backup plan for that.
Aye.
I know.
4 years apprenticeship. Joiner.
Get her to be a gas.
I remember
Gas engineer.
she with E-Tag, we went and met, because when I qualified, I went and got a job with Tommy doing the business development, and we had spoke to Hibs, and Hibs were brilliant. Even though I'm a Rangers fan, that's going to rivalry, but Hibs were great in the sense that they got us out to Hibs, the training ground, and their plan was to build a training academy for all the football players. So see all their youth that was maybe like kind of hitting 15, 16, they were going to put them through a gas engineer trade while they were doing
That's
their
brilliant.
football.
It makes so much
So
sense.
that after
Yeah,
that, they had
totally.
something to fall back on, and it just, I don't know what happened, because obviously I'd left D-Tag, and then Tommy, maybe the direction had changed. But I remember being like, that's a fucking great thing. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, if you're a big football club, you should be doing that.
You should.
All your youth, you should be like, you're 16. If football doesn't work, here's a Spark apprenticeship, here's the gas. Because we would have bent round backwards and go to my placement for like the Wednesday or the Friday they don't play football.
And there is such, I don't know what the word shortage is like the right word, but there's a lot of not reliable like tradespeople. So see if you get them from a young age and then teach them actual like, because I think what I've found with working with a lot of developers, tradesmen, is just the unreliability of them. But it's probably a lot to do with they've not maybe like, so a good example of me is I worked in a coffee shop when I was younger, and I was taught like a lot of like, this is how it's done, structure with like morals, being on time, don't phone in sick, like all these sort of things that make a really good employee. Whereas I think a lot of these people come straight out of school, maybe go straight into apprenticeships, but see if they're getting taught like during these apprenticeships about keeping to your word, like don't pretend that your brother or uncle or granny's died 3 times and things like that, like which I'm guessing is part of like these sort of courses. But I think that's so important with trades.
I think for football, like see for the win, like if you've done a trade in the process or coming up, I think she'd probably enjoy her football better, knowing that she's not got the fear where it's like, I
If
need
this
to
doesn't
make
work,
it.
well, look
Pressure,
at America,
release.
because America, if you go over in like a scholarship over there, you play football, but you have to get your degree.
Yep.
And like it's not the same here. So regardless, she's probably
That's
got
football
like
nothing.
Yeah.
aye.
I think she'll make it in football. She's so good.
No, fingers crossed. She's through to the next round of the Scotland trial, so I'm like next week.
That's mad.
I know. But fingers crossed. But that's all she loves. And even like we've said this a couple of episodes ago. I was like, I'd love her to be an estate agent because she's ruthless. Like as a negotiator, she's like, no, I'm not doing it. Like this is what I want, and brilliant. And I'm like, you've got everything to be a good estate agent, but you just fucking hate it.
Yeah. So before this started, you're telling us you've got a new bird. How's things going with that?
I was doing a Paddy Pillar Comedy Festival. I was like, do you want to come to Dublin when you first date somebody? You can't fart or dairy shite. And I was in this hotel. The toilet was in the middle of the hotel room. And I'm like, no, man, this is fucking horror.
Oh,
But
no.
it's been good.
So
She
now you
survived
just fart.
Yeah, I was
I was
say
going to the
just fart.
reception to do a shite.
I would definitely
Left
do
my
that.
key. I'd left
I
my
was
key
like,
down the
I'm going,
stairs.
there was an ice bucket. I was like, thank fuck. I'm up for ice at the window. I'm going to get more ice. First of all, how much fucking ice does he eat, man? In the bath.
I swear, I thought you were throwing the ice bucket and you were going to do the shit in the ice bucket.
No.
Emma, that's just you.
I was pure feared up and up. Just died. I didn't eat. I lost a bit of weight. I didn't eat for 3 days. I was just like,
So you didn't fart?
if you're scared too far, I ended up pure awkwardness. But I'd met her. I think I was like 3-4 weeks in. Well, I got to Dublin. But it was good. It was nice.
Oh, that's
But we
good.
got to, I booked Paris yesterday. So we're going to go to Paris.
Just the 2 of you, or are you taking the kids?
Just the 2 days.
Oh,
Nice.
we are you going to like Disneyland?
I don't know. No, Disneyland. Bit creepy, innit? 2 grown-ups. Mickey
No,
Mouse hats.
I would love that.
I don't know. Just go and chill and see what happens.
Oh, amazing.
I done Italy years ago, but I just done that myself.
Mm-hmm.
I flew to, it was just a pure anxiety challenge. I did it. I don't know about you. Like, seeing I feel anxious, I feel like I've got to challenge myself.
Aye, I do that.
Yeah,
I think for the hypnotherapy, that's like my first process. Is
Yeah.
like, oh, I feel fucked. I need to do something mental. And I flew to Rome for 5 days.
Yeah.
I'd booked, I pure love Airbnb. So I booked an Airbnb in Rome, and I was going to stay there for the 5 days if I felt fucked. But if I felt good, I hired a car. And I just drove, and I did. I fucking jumped in the water. Hired a Fiat 500 of all things, and I drove to the Amalfi Coast, and then drove up the Amalfi Coast, like done Naples and stuff, like fucking phenomenal. But
Amazing.
I was wanting to do that with her,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll probably go to Paris. We're there for 3 or 4 days, hire a car, and then just see what it takes us.
That's funny you say about the challenge yourself if you're anxious. Like that says that I don't know if I would use the word challenge. I just move on to something else. Like so, we actually had like 3 miscarriages in between the 2 girls, and every single time like it happened, instead of going home and like thinking about it and like being sad, I made Marty take me to like a Cala show home, and it's as if like I've kept trying to think about one day I'll own a Cala home and try to think, and it's like a distraction thing, but. Every time, like in general, where I feel anxious, and instead of, which is probably if you speak to a therapist, they would tell you you're just like hiding how you're feeling. But I
Yeah.
always just think of something else. Probably one of the reasons why I've got my do so many different things at one time because if I keep my mind busy and like try and do something that I'm not like had on my radar, it takes away the anxiety because my mind becomes too busy to think about what I'm anxious about. Like, so,
That's definitely a good thing to have a process like that.
Yeah, I also think like it's interesting you said that because I said to you recently, like I also split up with my husband like a few months ago, and I was saying as soon as like I sell the house and I'm in my own house, I'm going to like use the money and just go on a solo holiday. Like I'm just
to.
going to
Never done it
should.
before. Never done
like,
solo travel.
I'm actually quite confident in like I'll go to like restaurants and sit in my own. I don't care about things like that, but I've never just like actually on my own. I've taken the kids away. Like this year I took the kids to Spain and hired a car, and I've never been the one that would drive abroad, but I hired a car. Also got a ticket off the place and cried for about 3 hours. But like no, when I get my money through, I'm like I'm just going to book a city break somewhere in Europe and
You should.
just go completely on
I
my
was so
own.
good for
And
that.
I think you need to be on your own. Like you have to have that couple of days like on your own in your own head. But you like so you mentioned hypnotherapy, so I also done this, and I'm not joking you when I tell when I tell people this because I love hypnotherapy. And the guy, so I went to counselling maybe about 7-8 years ago, and the guy was a wee guy from Parkhead Cross, right? He was like 68 at the time. And he also done like hypnotherapy. He also was a part-time magician as well, right? But he was literally
Of course.
like Terry McEwen, who was absolutely brilliant. And I got hypnotised at the time with what I was like, it was my health that kind of took a turn. I'd lost all my confidence. And I was like just an absolute shell. So he was like, right, we need to do hypnotherapy. And the way that I do it and put myself out there now is like, he'll say, have you seen the film Saturday Night Fever? And I was like, no. He's like, you're going to watch this. And at the opening scene of this is John Travolta walking down the street, and he's like, and he's walking down there and he's just gorgeous, right? And I was like, I don't think he is gorgeous, like a gorgeous guy or anything like that. He was like, no, but he feels gorgeous. He was like, so see every time now, like when something scares you, just go, John Travolta, be gorgeous. And I swear to God, to this day, I still go,
think of it.
John Travolta, be gorgeous.
that is so good.
And
Yeah.
it's just this, like, literally this guy walking down the street with 2 tins of paint, and he's literally like fucking thinking, I'm the bee's knees.
See,
And
I
I swear to
tried
God.
hypnotherapy like for public speaking,
Yeah.
and this was maybe about nearly 20 years ago, probably. Like I was
Yeah.
really, really young, and I remember lying there, and all I could think about the whole time, no matter what they're talking about, is what I was going to have for my lunch. Like it was as if whatever they were trying to talk
Like
to me
you're
about, my
blocking
brain
it.
wasn't letting it going in my brain. So I was like, we're going to listen, Emma, listen to what he's saying about cheese sandwich, ham sandwich, pizza. Like it was as if my brain was blocking it. But I think you're like, there's certain people that are susceptible, because me and my friend,
When you go to a show in it, you clap your
Aye.
hands. Well, I don't do it because I think I'll just go fucking right under.
well, this
But no, everybody gets it.
where they like
Aye.
these. Well, that happened. My friend, she went to. We were on holiday. She was only 15 at the time. So see now, looking back, that's really wrong what happened to her. But we went with my mum and dad, and we went to one of these hypnotherapy shows, and you had to do something like cold. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm not holding my hands. I'm not thinking about whatever they're telling me. So my mind's obviously blocked out. She got hypnotised. Was up on the stage like lap dancing like these old men, but she was only like 50. My mum and dad were
Straight to the jail pass go.
but supposedly the hypnotherapist like years later can go sleep and they've still got you. Like, but I think certain people must be susceptible to it. And it's probably because they're opening their brain like to allow that to happen. Whereas I think even though I really wanted to be hypnotised for my public speaking, because I do think it works, my brain was obviously somehow blocking
Try
it.
something different. The processes are different in any.
I do it like, so I would do the first one, but I would do it when I was go to sleep. Because when you go to sleep, you're more susceptible, like you can take it in more, because my brain does the exact same thing. And I'm like, right, okay.
Well, I even tried the ones where you play it on your phone, so like
The
that.
CD, remember they gave you the CD when you were fucked with anxiety?
Yeah.
I got
Gave you
that.
it's like the seaside in the front of it.
That's what I got, and then I also tried that NLP. I tried that, and like it was a like video on my phone, but my brain just wouldn't allow me to focus. It was as if it was like, no.
Try the Harvest Clinic. I went there because when I first I was in Bangkok, my pals, just a pure lads holiday, and I had a panic attack in Bangkok, and I genuinely thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Got an ambulance, went to the hospital. They done the X-ray, the chest X-ray, ECG, everything. And the wee doctor came in and he's like, you've got indigestion. I was like, listen, mate, I'm fucking dying, mate. I've not got indigestion. He went, well, your heart rate's fine, your X-ray's fine, your ECG's fine. There's nothing wrong with your heart. And I remember I'm coming home and I'm just like, I'm defo fucked. I've had malaria at this point. Straight up to the Royal. And the Royal's like, there's nothing wrong with you, you're all right, going home. And I remember that sweating, that fear all the time. So I didn't realise what had triggered me. In my head, I'm like, I can't be anxious. I've always been the wee fat confident man. And then I went to the Harvest Clinic because it got worse and worse. I started not leaving the house. My man's like, you're becoming a shell of yourself. I can't watch you do this. So I went to the Harvest Clinic, and what they had done was they put me under. And when I woke up, the lassie was just, you go down, she's like 10, 9, 8, and you go under. Then you wake up, she's like 5, 6, 7. And she went, right, your triggers, your da. And she told me exactly, I don't know about if I maybe spoke to her when I was out, but she told me my exact, and it was my dad dying. My dad died of cancer. My dad didn't smoke and passed away. So, stepdad, but it's still my dad. But it was that thing that had just really, really hurt me. And that was it. That's what caused my anxiety.
And then she gave you coping mechanisms.
So if I ever see anything to do with death, the first thing I think about is David.
Yeah.
So now I know if I see like co-ops comes on the telly or a hearse goes by, I'm kind of like, right, I can preempt it.
Yeah.
Start to be a bit of box breathing, I'm all right. But at that point, I didn't know.
Definitely go try that. There's a wee story you said there that I thought I'll mention, which is quite funny. So with the whole indigestion thing, this is about like 4 years ago, and I said to Marty, like, I think I'm taking a heart attack, and like I could feel it so bad, and we were actually on our way to the hospital, and I was like to Marty, so bad, Marty, like you need to phone an ambulance. Like I think I'm like, it's like I could feel it getting worse and worse. And we got to E&E, checked in and all that. We were sitting there, and like I let out like a big like fart, and it was like a wind, and it turns out like 2 seconds later I was like, Marty, my heart attack's going. Like, and I honestly thought I was taking a heart attack, and like we had to like, he was like, "Are you kidding on?" Like I was trying to get before a helicopter and all that. Like I literally thought I was dying.
Gosh, that's so funny.
It's bad the power your mind's got out of you.
Aye.
And it's like see what you say there, like that John Travolta energy. I love it.
Yeah.
Just that. Fuck it, my day's bad enough. Let's fucking swagger down the street.
That's it. And then it's stuff like I always like you said, you always want to challenge yourself for something that scares you. And I'm a bit like that as well. Like, see, when you were talking about panel, I was like, I want to go in panel.
Oh,
like, I before, God love it, River City went down, I was like, I want to be in River City. And I kept emailing them, like, I want to be an extra in River City, but
Nothing stops you, but is it? You can go do that if you want.
well, River City's no longer operating.
Maybe Gary could get you in one of his, isn't it?
I know, aye.
You could be the Tin Man.
But then how
Or
do
the
you...
Tinny Man, he's called in this panel.
How do you, like, do you not get it? Because that's the one thing, like, acting, and I
prefer acting, because acting's
You're not yourself.
it's a script. So it's like comedy's different.
Yeah.
Because comedy, I can go out and be like, oh, so this happened the other day, and they finds it funny. And then I've got to go, fuck, we need to find funny stuff.
Yeah,
What's funny at the time?
But panels just like, it's a structure, it's a set, like you learn
I
it.
think I would find that easier than public speaking on the basis of I'm not me. Like, especially if I was wearing like a suit. Like,
And
where
there's
nobody
many
could
is
see
on a
me.
stage. So when
Yeah.
you're acting, everybody's not just looking at you unless you're doing your scene, but
Yeah.
you're sharing that space with people.
Yeah.
And I think public speaking is just you.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, fucking, you better say something funny or
Yeah.
interesting.
I also think like at Panto, the audience likes it when there's a mistake. Like, so
Aye.
if you make a mistake, you forget your lines, you forget where you're at. Like, everyone
Paul will
enjoys
tell
it.
you, see, last year, like, it was like 2 months, I like script reading rather than the set. And I got in the first show and I was like, oh no, man, I forgot everything. And I just winged the first show.
Oh, man.
But see, a few boys I date with, they're like proper thespians. They went to like acting school and stuff. So they were able to be skilled enough just to like pull it together. So I was coming off the set and they're like, Wendy, right, you need to fight Peter Pan at this point and do this. Then I was going back out and just going, oh fuck, I forgot it again.
Oh,
That's what I
no.
do.
But the way I've got this year is I've just got pure creative freedom. So I've got a set this year, but I can fuck about and do what I want.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
good.
that's good. And obviously
Yeah.
more
I'd
suited,
see the
so-
show where I stuck to my guns and it all came back. It wasn't as good as all the other shows.
Oh, really?
So they were like free for all, do what you want now.
Yeah.
Good.
And it made it better.
And you've also started your own podcast, haven't you? Like, is that scripted? Is
Me and
that
Dan,
kind
no,
of
it's
free
just
for
carnage,
all?
man.
Like,
It's just me and Dan sitting in that wee cave in there, just fucking going mental.
oh,
It's funny because me and Dan are the same age. We grew up in opposite schemes. So I was
Right.
Sight Hill and he was Springburn. And it's like we're the same people. But he's just fucking ripping or whatever he's got, and I've got ADHD. So I annoy Darren.
Yeah.
So it's good because it's like chalk and cheese. Like I'm pure loud and he's loud and all, but you can just see he's melting inside every time I talk. But we just chat about stuff at Glasgow.
What is the podcast called?
Glaswegians Anonymous.
Amazing. And it's just like life.
It's just life, just us two being fucking mental. Whatever Paul comes up with, Paul will just go, Scheme Olympics. And then me and him will argue about fucking something non-related to Scheme Olympics for an hour. But it's been good because I tried my own podcast before that and I called it Death Row Dinners. And I had a pure good idea and it was like, oh, you come in and what would you have before you went to Death Row? And it was good, but I didn't like the structure. I don't like structure. I don't like when you sit down, it's like you have to
Yeah.
stick to this. Even like yours today is great because you just come in and just be like, right, fuck it, what we talking about?
Yeah.
I like that. And with Dan, it's like that. Paul will just go, right, boys, talk about fucking Subway in Glasgow. And then we'll just go in for an hour. Just
Rant about it.
I would panic if there was like a script because I would then be like, I need to remember this. Like we always have this chat about how people would perceive me as quite confident, and I'm okay with that when there's no pressure. Like I can go in and pretend I'm this confident person and chat away to anyone. But see if I'm in a situation where it's like, no, you need to like impress that person, or you need to go on with that person, or you need to for a reason. I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Like because I'm now and overthinking everything, every single thing I say, every single thing that I do. And I'm going, oh, how am I standing? What am I doing? So I'm having a conversation, but in my head I'm going, shit, do they think that's stupid? Oh my God. Like, so I can't do script stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
just won't
easy.
work
I
for
think,
me.
but I think it's more natural in general when you're not scripted anyway because you're just being you,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it easier and hopefully likable if people think you're nice.
it's the abuse I don't like, man. Seeing TikTok, you're posting clips. I don't know if you're getting this yet, but
Well, I don't think we're big enough yet. We've
It's
only got our
coming.
friends and family
it's
following
coming.
us.
Just block, remove. Don't even fight it. Just let them fucking disappear.
I would really struggle with that, to be honest. Like, I think if that ever got to that case with
It
anything,
will get to that. That's coming. That's
well, I would
inbound.
have to get Marty to monitor it for me. Like, my anxiety is
But
too
just don't
bad.
even let it in your head because it doesn't. It
way-
shouldn't affect you.
You
Aye.
will
It
get
does.
that on your TikTok.
Oh, I get
Are you
it.
big on TikTok, aren't you?
I get some of them are just
Creepy.
creepy.
Where'd you get your tights for?
Aye.
That was me that commented that. For the Wendy show.
Actually, do you know what this? You see, the thing is, I done a video last week, and my TikTok started for everybody asking like where I got my outfits and stuff like that from, and I'm like pure. It was like vintage and everything else, and then I'd started it last week, and without thinking, I went and see for all you weirdos that ask me where I got my tights. These are for home bargains, right? And that like kind of you don't play to it, but you're just like there's people on there like the comments, and it's like I love black tights 2018, and he's like, what denier are your tights? And I'm like, for fuck's sake. But the more comments, they don't realise that the further that video goes.
Yeah.
So next time you're wearing like only 10 denier so you can see more
And by the way, it's 2019.
But there will be, see, like I always think as well, like how sad must people be? See if they've got the only thing that they've got to do good that day is to comment shite in somebody else's video.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Well,
TikTok.
even on LinkedIn the other day, I put a post, right, and I've got like dyslexia, so my spelling's not great, and it was like just a general post, and somebody put under it something along the lines of, you need to correct your grammar. It's not acceptable. Mate, I don't care that my grammar's not acceptable. Stop. Like,
You know
why
what
even
you're
say
saying?
it? Like, why
LinkedIn's
even
brutal,
put it
but
on?
I hate
Like,
LinkedIn.
it's obviously good for us with what we do, but
Yeah.
like I would say like see that where people are putting stuff on like for just the case of being not nice, like just don't put it. Just
I
scroll
know.
by it or delete me. Like I don't care if you delete me.
I put a floating holiday one time and I went mental. I was like, shut the fuck up. A social media channel. That's just
I
a work
know.
page.
Oh,
Like,
no.
nobody cares about my gas job. Like, I've got pals on LinkedIn that have to go on Facebook, but I've got boys that just don't like Facebook, you know,
Yeah.
and lasses as well, and they've got LinkedIn because of their work.
Yeah.
But
You
LinkedIn's
Facebook's
brutal.
quite a big like platform for you though, isn't it?
Aye, Facebook. I sell more on Instagram.
All right, okay.
Ah.
I've got a higher sales threshold on Instagram, and I've got like, I think Instagram's maybe like 40, 50,000.
Great.
And Facebook's 180. But for some reason, Instagram's just a better
Yeah.
app.
do you think it's
more people use it, I would say.
Aye, because Instagram is predominantly more video based.
Yep.
Do you think that's where you get your better
I think-
traction from?
Facebook's the middle ground
Mhm.
Yeah.
between negative and no negative.
Mhm.
Instagram's super positive.
Yeah, I would
Because
say
I
that
love
as
I
well.
love seeing stuff like yourselves. If you're out doing it in like a clip, I like it.
Mhm.
And then I feel like TikTok's just pure negative,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and LinkedIn's just knowing any of them. You know?
Yeah.
But that's in my brain. I'm not very kind of swayed towards TikTok because it's like just some user 48. You're a fat cunt.
Mm.
We done a video there talking about in Ibrox they've got Black Rooster,
Mhm.
and Dan's like on Parkhead they've got Smoky Trotters.
Mhm.
And see the amount of people that comment on my weight, I'm just like, fuck you, man. Swipe.
Why just
But
got
it's
your way
just,
to do it?
It's
Like,
just a thing, man. Like,
mhm.
and I've got that John Travolta energy all the time, fat or no fat, and it's just like, but it still goes in your head.
Mhm.
You still see it. You're still like, oh.
See, I don't let it, like, unless it's something about, like, they've talked about me being an estate agent. That's the only time, because I had somebody the other day there who is an estate agent as well, and she was like, she'd made a comment, like, if you tell your clients to aim for home report value, you're not very good at what you do, or something like that. And I was like, no, how about, so I went back to her in a video reply, and I knew what I was doing as well, because then you got everybody who are my clients on
Yeah.
there been like that. What? Why would you aim for 20 grand above home report value for basing something on, like buying something
That's
else?
not
Like you
realistic,
can't guarantee that. Anyway, and she was giving it the whole, I've been an estate agent for 20 years, and I was like, guess what? Hen so va. Like
And the
genuinely.
thing is like, why even comment that though? She's obviously
know.
just trying to get a. I think sometimes people do it to try and make themselves feel better. Like even if I don't agree
It's
with
a power
somebody's
trip.
post, if I don't agree with somebody's post or I think that what they're saying is wrong, like I don't need to publicly put it
don't
and
need to
bring them
put your
down.
opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's a thing with, for me, older estate agents,
Mm-hmm.
the old school.
Well, we're the same in the broker world. I put
Aye.
everything on my social media, like, and I know what you say about LinkedIn. A lot of people are like, "Oh, LinkedIn's just for business," but I put a lot in, and I know a lot of like kind of like older generation, like people like I see them putting posts. Other people say, "Oh, I hate how people put things about the fact that they're like their personal life. This is only for," and
No,
I'm
no,
like,
shouldn't matter.
"Well, just delete me.
Just
if you
unfollow
know it. Like, I don't
People
know.
buy people, so they want
Yeah.
to see the real
That's the thing.
person.
I think
so-
LinkedIn,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think it should be the opposite. I don't think it should be like, oh, it's only work. And
Mhm.
it's like when you write a CV, nobody's ever honest on their CV.
Yeah.
You're never like, I got the sack because I tried to fucking finger a biffa bin. Like, you forget that stuff. But I feel like LinkedIn's very can be very fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like boys that I watch gas engineers, and I'm just like, I know you don't do jobs like that.
Mhm.
So you like pure gold clips and all that. I'm like, you don't do that every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Post like fucking everyday jobs.
Yeah. I think, and that's about, it's
And I should
about
have
being
been angry
rude. I put a post on LinkedIn the other day about being hungover, and like I know for a fact so many people will be like, "Why? That's not a LinkedIn." But I'm like, "Shut
I
up."
put a hang on the other day in LinkedIn. I was like, I fucking hate being self-employed. I'm sick of seeing people
Aye.
like, this is amazing being self-employed. I'm like,
Oh.
fucking, I work 24 hours a day.
Aye.
Yeah.
Like my
That's my
time
stomach.
off's like when I get my wins. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
But I think like this is why, and we advocate this as well, is like talking about that.
Mhm.
Because I think everybody goes, oh, you're self-employed, like it's absolutely brilliant, and you're like,
Being your own boss must be amazing.
You
No,
pick your own
being your own
hours.
boss is horrendous
I
at
know,
times.
I said big one in it.
aye,
Do what you
you
want,
must
pick
be
your own
rating
hours.
it in.
Like, I was in Craig Tara, the babe's up in Kids Club, and I'm sitting with the fucking MacBook
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
work. Like,
Sometimes it has a good points that you can sit and do that, and then
Aye.
there's the bad points. You're like, I'm sitting at
Well,
Craig
even
Tara.
when
the babe's
Marty's
up there,
driving,
computer done,
I'm
spend
like
time with-
literally sitting when he's driving. I'm in the passenger
Aye.
seat, like
I do the
working.
same.
Like it's like there's no off button. Like so, obviously it does have its pros. Like the fact that like we could go to Spain the full summer and work like as a massive pro. Like, but I would say that what you're talking about there, that it's a lot of people don't really like shine all over LinkedIn saying this is horrendous at times.
I'm actually stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm actually people
definitely.
going like that. It's fucking shite. But this is
yeah.
what I do to make it better. That's
Yeah.
what
This is-
LinkedIn should be.
I take 2 lion's mane, fucking vitamin D. What else do I take?
I thought you were
Stress
saying I take
drops.
2 lines.
So
and
did I. I
this
was
is
like,
not
oh,
what
well,
When should get to the Eckies?
This
what
is the
you're saying.
self-employed supplements. Then I take 6 drops of the anxiety drops, then a full can of Red Bull just to balance
At
it
least
out.
you're on anxiety drugs.
That's
I'm
mad,
like
innit?
Propanol.
I'm addicted to coffee and I've got anxiety. And I drink just double
I can't
espressos.
take it. Like, see if I have like instant rubbish coffee, I'm jittery and everything. My anxiety just. I took a Starbucks once.
Why am I drinking coffee?
Like I took a Starbucks once and it was like it must have been strong coffee, and honestly you'd have thought I was ready like back to uni again. Like it was so bad.
Big fart out there. Every time I look at them, I go, "Ah, she's farting again, man." Like, see me up, like, where she's coming to get me.
And you look at Vicky and think of John Travolta.
And why she's
John
throwing us up, man. Why
I've
she's throwing us
got
up.
the trousers on and everything.
We could have been on the same tights for that together.
It's been amazing having you on. And do you want to give your like socials
Where
a
can
plug
we
or
find
whatever?
you?
Find me on Facebook, Instagram, or Greg's. I'm everywhere, man. But Glasgow's anonymous. Have a happy swatch. When you get you all on, that'd be class. I think
Definitely.
Dan would fucking melt if yours came on.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
love
think you'd be
that. though. I just
terrified.
love people feeling awkward. Like,
These are nice people.
it was amazing having you on today, Gary. Thank you so much for joining us, and sorry for being a bit of a scary bitch. If you enjoyed listening today, then like and subscribe on YouTube.
And leave us a 5-star review on Spotify.
Bye.
Bye.
I ain't right. Got a bad streak on my